Hey guys, welcome back. This is History of Soul Eaters Season 2, Episode 2 of my show, which is also about Episode 2. But before I start talking about it, I just want to put a small disclaimer, like a little... I'm just going to give you guys a bit of a warning. I finished watching Power Rangers Dio. And the next series after Power Rangers Dio is Power Rangers Turbo. But the events of the Turbo series take place after the events of the special movie called Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. So I probably won't upload a... This is the disclaimer portion of the video, guys. I'm just letting you guys know. Next week, I won't be uploading a video for my channel next week because... next Friday I'm going to be watching the Turbo movie, and then next Saturday episodes 1 through 9, and then next Sunday episodes 10 through 19 of Turbo. So, but I'll upload a video the weekend after that. I just wanted to put a little disclaimer in the video about that. Now, I just wanted to let you guys know ahead of time. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. So, now getting into it, this is History of Soul Eater, Season 2, Episode 2 of my show, but which is also about Episode 2. And Episode 2 in the English dub is called, The Soul-Eating Black Dragon, Scaredy Cat Liz and her merry friends. And basically, the way this episode starts off, it starts off with this man running into his village saying about the black dragon. And then basically, then Kid is having, Liz and Patty, row their rowboat to a small little port town. And then Liz gets kind of mad because she's wondering what they're doing in the rowboat in the first place. And then they show up at the town and where the sightings of a sort of so-called black dragon show have appeared. And basically what happens is they enter a house in the village, and one of the people inside the house is really scared, like he's freaked out. And then Kid tries to calm him down and tell them that they're students from the DWMA, which is, as I stated for this series, DWMA is an acronym for Death Weapon Meister Academy. And Kid is wondering what happened here, and the man says that the Black Dragon came. The Black Dragon came and ate their village. Oh my god! Oh, and if you're wondering what he means by Black Dragon, it's not actually a real dragon, but I'll explain about that later when I get to it. And then, it goes into a scene where they're in the school, and, Kid's looking at a book, and then Patty's looking at a picture book, and she starts imitating some of the animals and stuff. And then after Kid gets the information, they leave. And then they're back in the rowboat. And then oh my god, I'm sorry, but this is so stupid. And then Liz is wondering why they're back in the rowboat. And then Kid is saying for her to stop complaining because she doesn't think that he'd make or do all this work for nothing, which Woody and stuff. And then basically what happens is she's inquiring about that herself because and then they find the ship on the fog, and this ship is actually called Nidhog, but in which is also the name of the ship, it's basically a ghost ship. But here's the thing, I'm gonna have to make a sort of Norse mythology kind of reference here. Apparently Nidhogg is also the name of a so-called dragon that appears in Norse mythology. And that creature is what the boat is named after. And then Kid decides to ram the ship, and then he winds up at the front, and then they do the ramming again, and then Liz is saying that they're crazy, that in her stupor she got on with the rest of them and stuff. And then later on they find all these souls, and and then basically Kid says that as a guardian of souls, he it's his duty to protect them and stuff. And then this weird creature that looks like a weird kind of man shows up. And this is the weird part about it. For most of the battles in this scene, he keeps saying, "This ship is my body, and my body is the ship." Which, at least in my opinion, that is a bit loopy. At least that's my opinion about it. I'm uploading this to YouTube, so as I've always said with a couple of my series, with this series and my Digimon series, which by the way I don't think I'll head back to that because that was a starter. YouTube is basically about people's opinions, and that's mine and stuff. And then basically he said that these souls that are on the ship are for the Kishin, and then Kid is wondering if he means Ashura, but he says the Kishin that is standing right next to him and stuff, and he wonders what that means, and that kind of bothers him a bit for this in the next episode. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And then he uses his power over the ship to make the floorboards collapse and separate Liz from Patty, and then basically, ironically, that's a good strategy, at least for his character, for the Duckling character, because basically, if Kid were to use Patty without Liz, it would be asymmetrical. He'd get a nosebleed and then he'd fall. And then basically what happens is, Liz is trying to get herself back to Patty and stuff, and then she encounters this ghost girl, and then she starts freaking out, and then the ghost says she wants to help, but Pat and Liz doesn't believe that she wants to help, and after a little conversation where she screams and tells them that she's trying to help and stuff, and then basically then they're running, then Patty and Death and Kid are running from the Dutchman character, and Kid is saying that he partnered with those two because he partnered with Liz and Patty just so that something like this wouldn't happen. And then he has some memory flashes of, sorry about that, if you hear that burp, I apologize. I just went out for lunch earlier today before I made this video, so if you hear that burp, I apologize. Anyway, he partnered with Liz and Patty specifically so that something like that wouldn't happen, and he said that his father showed him a bunch of different weapons and he should have listened, but all he cared about was two symmetrical weapons. Oh, so basically his obsession with symmetry actually, in this case, wound up working against him. I'm so sorry, but that's kind of funny. It kind of ended up working against him. And then basically, after the ghost girl leads Liz back onto the ship, Death starts getting mad at Liz because without her he wasn't able to use Patty and stuff. And then basically they end up fighting the Dutchman character guy, but then during the battle, first, Kid is basically getting upset with Liz because of the fact that they were split up. He wasn't able to use Patty and stuff. And then she's thinking that it was like it's her fault. He's a little loopy. Honestly, in my personal opinion, the kid is a bit more loopy than the other two main characters, because of his obsession with symmetry. It makes a little loopy in the head. That's my opinion, and as I've said, YouTube is about people's opinions, and that's mine. I just thought I'd get that out of the way there. And then after they get the weapon back, and they start to fight the Dutchman character, but then before they actually start, the demon sword Ragnarok comes flying through the sky and cuts the top part of the mouth of the Dutchman character off. And this is the gross, creepy part of the episode. Somehow he's still able to talk with his mouth cut off, which is, at least in my opinion, it's a bit creepy and a bit gross. I just wanted to get that out of the way. That's just my opinion, and then Ragnarok eats the soul, and then it becomes sort of like a black dragon-like creature thing, and then Corona is saying that blood is black, and that's basically, and then Kid is inquiring about that, like he's saying that, he's telling them that in this part of the Baltic Sea there was a legend about a so-called black dragon, and it seems that in this case, Ragnarok, at least for this and the next episode, took the form of a black dragon itself because of the black blood. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. Anyway, and then Corona says that her blood is black, and that's basically where this episode stops. And she says that her blood is black, and that's sort of basically where this episode stops. So, if you guys like this video on YouTube, just please give it the real best you guys can. And I'll see you guys next time. And like I said with this series, watch it or I'll take your soul. And also, I just want to apologize that this video is so short. So, until next time, guys, like I said, watch it or I'll take your soul.